What's up everybody, Brian Tong here, and yes, in my hand, this is the new MacBook Neo 13-inch. This is a fully loaded one. Apple provided it for this unboxing, for my review that'll be coming later, so this will go right back to them, but you all want to unbox this juicy citrus MacBook Neo, the color that's my favorite one. So let's look at some of the details here. Obviously we see, right, a representation of it on the box. You'll also see the citrus logo. It says MacBook Neo here in citrus as well, and again the logo. So let's just do the honors, shall we? And you know how I like to get up and close to this, so let's start here. Okay, ready? Ooh, first tear, second pull tab. We love it. All right, this is the 512 storage with the Touch ID. So this model here is the $699 model, but we know that they start at $599 for the entry level model, and then for education $499. But shall we? Okay, wrapped in paper, and let's just take this and get it out of here. You see this nice citrusy, almost like a, I guess almost lemon lime. It's definitely not completely yellow, and depending on the light, it's gonna look a little different, but here we have it. You can see, you know, on these shots, it might even have a more of a gold accent. In person, on my eyes, I see more of a limeish yellow, it's not golden by any means, but also some details to look at. Yes, you have the color matched Apple logo. You also have here on the feet are gonna be color matched with all of these models. So what we have it also in blush and silver and an indigo. Okay, so let's open this up, and I believe it will make a sound for us. Okay, did you hear it? You hear it. All right, so it's loading up right now, and there's also some things that I want to show you on here. Let's take a look here really quickly. This is a Magic Keyboard. This is the same size that you'll find on their other laptops. Some people said, oh, it looks a lot bigger, but that's because the chassis and the body of something bigger, like the 14-inch or 16-inch, because it has a larger chassis, it may make the keyboard look smaller, but because this chassis is smaller, the body, well then this keyboard looks bigger. It is the same exact size. So you have the Magic Keyboard with a slight tint of citrus on there. It's not pure white. You also have the multi-touch trackpad that is, you know, has the metal finish. It's a clicky multi-touch trackpad, all right, in there. You can even look at things like this setup screen. If I can get it to you really quickly, you'll have the wallpaper here, but looking at different aspects of it when you're using the OS itself, and even when you're setting up, you can see there's like green citrus highlights that are part of the OS, and this carries through the entire OS. Obviously you can change that, but that's a fun thing, a little bit of customization here. Also, let's point out some of the important stuff here. You have ports. Well, we have two USB-C ports. This is a USB 3.0. That's what you'll connect the display to. A USB 2.0. That's obviously for accessories and data transfer or other accessories. If you accidentally connect a display into USB 2.0, it will tell you that you need to put that display connection into the USB 3. It supports one external display up to 4K resolution. So that means it does not support the 5K Studio Display and Studio Display XDR. But again, this is an entry-level model, consumer model, student, education, enterprise that Apple is pushing here. Also, we have the headphone jack, and then on both sides here, you haven't seen this on MacBooks before, but this is two speakers for spatial audio. So when you're watching videos or movies, you're really getting that presence. And I can tell you, when we got to at least check out the hands-on and some of the demos we had, the audio on here is great. And if you've seen or historically seen how Apple's approached spatial audio on their MacBook Airs, their MacBook Pros, it's really nice. So you have that here. It looks very nice. Also, the body itself, I believe, this is, although a little thicker in height, right? This is a thicker model. The footprint itself is a tad bit smaller. This is a 13-inch display. I believe the MacBook Air, is it 13.6 or 13.4? It's around there, but it is slightly larger than 13. I know everyone on the internet is going to be like, in the comments, oh, you got it wrong, Brian. You got it wrong. You got it wrong, Tong. No, you got it right. But the curvature of the actual, you know, the edges and the bezels here, right? It is a softer, smoother feeling MacBook. The best thing I can say about this is you really get the full MacBook experience. It does not feel like a cheap MacBook. Obviously, it's powered by the A18 Pro chip. That is the same chip that was inside the iPhone 16 Pro. This is going to be a more than capable machine, but if someone really wants to start expanding and doing more creative stuff, if we're talking about higher end and more sophisticated video editing or Photoshop and things, you will be able to do some things here, but it may not be as responsive or smooth if you get a little more complex, more layers. That's where you want to look at something like the MacBook Air if you want to push a little more, or then if you want to take it to, an even higher level, the MacBook Pro. But as an entry-level machine, I mean, the fit, the feel, the look, this is incredible. Let's bring the box back really quickly because we want to show you the accessories. In case you were curious, right? You have, yes, right, the instructions here, the manual. I was looking for stickers. Apple has stopped the sticker thing, but here, MacBook Neo, it says it there, okay? Also, you have the power adapter and then the USB-C cable. This is not color matched, right? With something like the Air and the Pros, they will color match the cable to the color of the machine. That is not here. Now, we talked about it though, just overall, the fit, the feel. I mean, I can't wait to put this through its paces. I'm going to run every test possible. We'll do benchmarks, but real world tests to give you an idea of just how much this can handle with the A18 Pro chip. It does have 8 gigs of unified memory. Now, some people are like, oh, that's not enough. I'm going to be curious how that serves the user that they're targeting, because we know most of Apple's products today have 12 gigs minimum of unified memory to support Apple Intelligence and whatever other future features in the long run. So I was a little curious of why they may not have at least put in 12, whether it has to do with the processor not being able to support that memory bandwidth or not. But we will see how that plays out, because I can say for my use cases and other people that purchased an M1 chip with 8 gigs of unified memory at that time with those entry-level models, they have felt some of their machines, chug a little over time. But again, this is a new system, and we will have to just put it to test. It looks gorgeous. I love the colors. I mean, this is probably the most charming MacBook lineup we've seen from Apple. And when you really think about this MacBook Neo, what does it really come down to decide how you're going to use it? It's cost, it's color, and then it's the power and capabilities that you need. This is not going to be a MacBook for everyone, and that's okay. This could be like kind of a fun, casual, if you want to get away. I'm not saying just buy another laptop too, but I could see, could you imagine just like not wanting to get into the weeds with work? I think the other thing that might be interesting is that there's some people with iPads with Magic Keyboard setups that ask me about this, and I'm leaning on, you don't need this unless you really want the true features of a Mac. Most people that are on iPads with keyboards are doing everything they want to do, everything they've hoped to do from a creative standpoint, from even using a keyboard. There is no need to spend money just because Apple released something. But look, we're going to find out what this is capable of. It's already, for me, one of the smartest business decisions that Apple has ever made. This is going to not change the game, but from an entry point for someone, I think the cheapest Mac ever before this, was it $999? At least MacBook, sorry, not Mac, like not Mac minis, but the cheapest portable from Apple before this was $999. We're now talking at a starting price of $599, and then education at $499. So pretty incredible of how this will change the market dynamics. And we'll see what does it mean, more of these in education? Does it more of these in enterprise? Will Apple be able to cut a lot of deals like that? And will be individual consumers swarm with this? People have been saying like, oh, these gonna sell like hotcakes, but I'm just going to be the actually person and tell you that I think pancakes, they sell about like 700 million a year, and this can't sell like hotcakes. Okay, you get what I'm saying. Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out with us. It was a quick unboxing, but you saw my first look and impressions. You've seen this review coming very soon. Stick on the channel. You'll see it right here, but there you go. A unboxing and first look at the new MacBook Neo.